Okay, just so we can kind of tell. I didn't bring all. Well, I'm here with Dick Dixon of Predator Pellets in Colorado, and he's taking a minute to talk about the Predator line of pellets and his involvement in that. Dick, how did you get involved in making and distributing pellets?
Well, it was every story has a story within a story, and that's basically what happened with myself and my partner Jay. We ran into a fella who invented the original Polymag pellet, which is our polymer tip hollow head design pellet, and this gentleman's name is Tom May, and he did a terrific job in inventing and creating the product, but like most of us, he had to have a full-time job, and he didn't have the ability to market the product and continue to keep his job. So my partner Jay and I came in and we bought the company, and before we bought it, I did some due diligence with air gunners and asked them their opinion of the product and if they felt that it had a future. And without any exceptions, everybody said it was a terrific item and that they felt for hunting purposes in particular it would be a terrific item to move ahead with. So we bought the company, and Tom still works with us in creating and inventing some new items and so forth. So we kind of melded the team together, and to be honest with you, it's been the most fun I've ever had in any type of business that I've ever been involved with. So
I can imagine. Now, how did JSB get involved with this?
Well, we knew, actually Tom, the inventor of the product, initially knew of the terrific reputation that JSB Pellets had out of the Czech Republic. So he went to them and asked them to make the base, the lead base of the pellet itself in the Czech Republic at the JSB facility. We then tried to apply the tip in Colorado, in our facility in Colorado, and we had a difficult time getting the equipment and the machinery, which is, you can imagine, some of these heads are so tiny,
right.
to actually flow properly. So we eventually sent the machine to the Czech Republic, where they're unbelievable engineers. They're not highly educated in college and engineers and stuff, but they can make anything tick, and they certainly made our Polymag pellet work well. So we just expanded our relationship with JSB. They now are our exclusive distributor for Europe on our Polymag and Predator related pellets, and we are now their distributor here in the United States, Mexico, Canada, and a few other countries around the world for the JSB pellet products. So it's been a terrific relationship. We've all benefited from that relationship.
Good. And are there new pellets coming out that you?
Yeah, we have. 2014 should be a really good year for us. We're like all industries, the air gun industry is like a furnace that needs to be fed, and air gunners are never satisfied with what they have. They want something a little bit better, a little more aggressive, a little faster, and so as that being our only business, air gun pellets, we're always on the lookout for new and creative ideas and items that we can take to the market. One of them happens to be an item that is somewhat of a takeoff of our Polymag. It's called the Metal Mag, and it is a hard metal tip made out of zinc that's set into a lead body of the pellet. And it's designed and developed to take down those hard-to-kill critters, crows, pigeons. You know, the feathers on some of these birds are like armor, wild turkeys and so forth. So that's coming out. It's now available in 177-22, and hopefully within the next month or two we'll have them in 25s.
So that would look similar to this,
only with
the zinc,
a metal tip. Yes.
Okay, great.
We're also looking at the same concept in a 30 and a 35 caliber.
Wow.
For the poly mag and possibly the metal mag. So, you know, those calibers are, you know, 3 years ago here at the SHOT Show, 25 calibers were kind of a novelty, and they were just starting to grow. And now the industry has not only accepted 25 calibers, but they've blown past that,
right.
And now it's 30, 35, and 50 calibers.
Right.
So,
I wanted to ask you. I went through your catalog, and I noticed that some pellets are just generically head size, and others have a range of head size. Can you explain what's going on there?
Yeah, over the years, JSB has produced one head size in each of their calibers and designs of pellets. And as you know, and you're involved in these air guns day in and day out, they all have their own personalities, and whether it's a 5.5 head, sometimes it doesn't work. They have to a 5.52 or a 5.54 or a 5.1 will work better in a particular gun.
Right.
So upon request and upon demand, if it warrants, if there's enough business out there to make a mold, to invest in a mold, then JSB will do that and have it available. It can get, obviously we can't do it in all pellets, and a lot of them are special orders.
Right.
So, but yes, that's the reason behind it, is that not all air guns are created equal. All of them have slightly different personalities, and somebody told me it was like having a mother-in-law. You never know how she's going to react on a certain day. Pellet guns are similar to that.
Good thing we can switch pellets.
That's right.
I wanted to ask you too, how do you tell what the head size is? Is it marked on the label, or how does that work?
It is, but it's, and we've discussed that just at the SHOT Show here. There are little stickers on the back of each of the tins that determine what the pellet size head is, and it's more of a coded situation. And we're talking about just actually printing it on the label, so every label will be different, showing the head size, because there can be some confusion from the factory to us out to our distributors like Pyramid and Straight Shooters and air guns. You know, everybody has. We want to eliminate as much confusion as possible. So.
You came out a few years ago with what you call the GTO. How's that doing, and do you have plans for more of that in the future? Or?
Actually, we do. The GTO was developed. We distributed a product, a pellet that was lead-free, that had a plastic sabot on it, and the performance wasn't good enough for competition with youth organizations, in particular the junior ROTC groups. And what was happening, especially on the West Coast, California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, a lot of the municipalities, the school districts, the schools, and parents were no longer allowing lead to be used in the schools. So what was happening, these kids were trying to use these saboted pellets, and they were trying to compete against other teams around the nation that used lead pellets, and they couldn't compete. So with the help of JSB, we developed the GTO pellet, which stands for Get the Lead Out, and it is a wad cutter 177 right now, and we are expanding that into a 22 and into a point design, a head with a point on it for hunting purposes. Again, everybody knows that in California and some other states, and regions and areas, lead is becoming a banned substance.
Right,
so
right.
rather than just walk away from it, we decided let's develop something that actually works, that can be used in those restricted areas.
Right. Well, that's always been a problem with the non-leaded pellets. Is the wad cutters are 10 meters or whatever. That's actually a good distance for these pellets.
Right.
But beyond that, they start to do funny things.
Well,
so
they're lighter. They're made out of tin,
yeah.
and nothing beats lead. We have to just admit that there's nothing that will ever compete or work better than lead. But because of the environment, because of political reasons, whatever those reasons are, or whether we agree or disagree, they're a fact and we have to deal with them. So we're trying to come up with the best alternative we possibly can.
Okay, good. And what's new for, or what do you see coming down the pike here in the next few months, years, into the future?
Well, it seems like, air gunners are very intriguing guys for the most part, or people, in that they're always looking for something bigger, better, faster, and the industry needs to be prepared for that, and that's why we're gearing up with these 30 and 35 and potentially 50 caliber guns to meet the demand that these guns are providing. And I see that the future of air guns and the air gun industry is very bright, and I see that for the next at least decade, if not longer. It's no longer, when you talk about air guns, several years ago the impression was you were talking about a BB gun.
Right.
Now people are understanding that that there's more to an air gun than a BB gun. It's no longer a toy. It's something to be respected, but something that can be enjoyed, used for hunting, used for serious target practicing and competition. So
in your backyard you can shoot them.
Exactly, yes.
It's always a big plus. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking a minute and chatting with us.
It's always a pleasure to meet with you and see you and hear
again,
from you, and so let's stay in touch. And